Hi, everybody. I am recording a short, about 30-minute yoga flow for you. And this is for winter. It'll be gentle, also good for anyone who's pregnant. And I hope you enjoy. So let's begin on our mats. Let's come into a tabletop position. I have a couple of yoga blocks here for myself. However, you may not need them. So if you don't have any, that's completely okay. So come into a tabletop position and bring your hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And as you inhale, start to send your hips back towards your heels. And as you exhale, draw the hips forward, starting to lift your chin. Exhale, take the hips back, rounding the spine. And inhale, draw your chest forward. Good, two more. Exhale, just rocking back, rounding the spine. Inhale, rolling forward. And one more. Exhale, a little bit of a cat back. Inhale, coming into cow, just gently. And then come back to your neutral spine. Walk your hands forward, walk your knees back and even a little bit wider. And then drop your chest towards the mat, bring your forehead down and just rock your forehead a little side to side. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And on your next inhale, walk your hands back in. Go ahead and tuck your toes under and find your first downward dog. Lifting your hips high, and pedaling out your heels. See if we can get that to stay in. Take another deep breath in and deep breath out. And then walk your feet towards your hands and come into a yogi squat here. So turning the toes out, the heels in. It's okay if the heels lift slightly up off of the mat. And you can either let your hands come to your heart center or you can drop your hands down to the mat here. So as we inhale, lifting the heart a little bit higher. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Take one more deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. Now lower your hands down, lift your hips up, and just sway a little side to side in your forward fold. And drop your head. Let it go. One more breath here, finding a little bit of organic movement. And then from here, we're going to step the left foot back, the right foot forward, and come into a runner's lunge. So right foot forward, left foot back. As you inhale, look forward, shoulders soften. And then as you exhale, rock your hips back. You can even lift the front right toes, finding a hamstring stretch. So we're going to inhale, rock forward, lift the heart. Exhale, send it back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. Now inhale back to runner's lunge. Gently and very slowly lower the left knee down. And then inhale, lift your arms up and reach up towards the ceiling here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Lift your left arm up and over. And then bring your left hand all the way back down, right hand back down, and step to plank pose. And then from your plank pose, press to downward facing dog, all the way back. Big, deep breath here, letting it all go. And then lift up your heels, bend your knees, and walk your feet to the front of your mat. This time, we're going to bring the feet about hip distance width apart. And your hands can either be on your blocks or on your shins. You're going to come into a halfway lift here. So start to lengthen your spine. Reach your heart forward. Gaze down here so that the back of your neck is long. Good. And then take your hands to your hips. And if it's comfortable, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and just draw your shoulders together here. You might move your head a little side to side, drop your chin towards your chest, take one more breath in, and then exhale, hands come back down. Step your right foot to the back and find your runner's lunge. Once again, it's just easier for me to use the blocks because they have a big belly here. So we're gonna inhale, draw the chest forward, and then exhale, press your hips back. Inhale forward, exhale back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Nice. And then inhale, runner's lunge. Strong right leg here. Slowly lower the right knee down. Inhale, lift up. Use your core. Reach to the ceiling. And then left hand to left thigh. Right arm up and over. A little side stretch there. Good. And then bring the right hand down. Left hand down. Find your plank position. And then find your downward facing dog all the way back. Of course, if you want to flow through chaturanga back bend, feel free to. Take a deep breath here. And then lower to your knees, tabletop. So from your tabletop position, go ahead and send your left leg back and send your right arm forward. Good, and then take your right arm out to the right and your left leg out to the left. And then exhale, draw it back to the center. Again, inhale, take it out. Exhale, bring it back. One more time, building a little bit of heat. And then bring it back. Good, and then release back to tabletop, switch sides. Good, and then inhale, send it out to the side. Exhale, draw it back. Keep your hips really still. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. Good, lower the hand and the knee. And come down onto your elbows. We're gonna interlace our fingers here and press down through your forearms, elbows about shoulder distance width apart. And then tuck your toes and find dolphin pose. Lift your hips, pedal out your heels. So lift your hips as high as you can. Heels can lift. Drop your head. Take a breath. And then finding tabletop, lower the knees. Come back to your hands and find downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Good. From here, we're gonna walk the feet forward into yogi squat. Toes out, heels in, bend your knees. Good, and this time we're gonna take the right hand down and inhale, lift the left arm up. Sweep the left hand behind your low back and roll your left shoulder down. And then take your right ear towards your right shoulder, finding a nice little stretch for your neck. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, switch, lift the left arm up. Bring it back down and the right arm up as you inhale. Exhale, take it behind your back. Go ahead and wrap it there, half bind, and then just let your left ear move towards your left shoulder, and maybe you find a little bit of movement for your head and your neck. Just making some space. And then on your inhale, right arm back up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the right hand down. On your inhale, stand up into your forward fold. And bring your hands into a halfway lift. You can find blocks or your shins. Draw your chest forward. Then we're going to lower the right hand down to the mat or to a block. Bend your right knee and inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, lower the left hand down, bend your left knee. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, look up. And exhale, release it. Good. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Finding that runner's lunge position. And then from here, see if you can stabilize through your legs and start to reach your arms back behind you. You can keep your arms just stretching back, your fingers stretching back, the crown of your head stretching forward. Or if you'd like, you can interlace your fingers here and draw your palms together, finding a little bit more opening through the chest. And now very slowly bend the back knee and lower the left knee down to the mat with control. And inhale, reach your arms up. Good, on your exhale, we're gonna cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, reach back up. And then exhale, lower your hands down. So walk your right foot forward a couple inches and then send your hips back for a split stretch here. Inhale, square the hips, press the hips forward, square the shoulders, and then draw your chest forward. Little micro bend in the right knee. Take a breath in and a deep breath out. Awesome. On your inhale, bend your right knee, tuck your left toes under, and move the left heel down. Right knee is bent over the ankle. Right hand can either come down to the mat or right elbow to right thigh. We're going to take extended side angle here, lifting the left arm towards the ceiling, right hand down. And once again, you can stay right here or right elbow and right thigh. And you could take a bind if you'd like, wrapping the left arm behind your back, lifting your gaze, and just breathe into the shape here. On an inhale breath, release the left arm back up to the ceiling and over towards the front edge of the mat, finding extended angle. See if you can open up your chest a little bit more towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release, hand comes down, spin your back foot forward, and just come to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, and big exhale. All right, let's move to the other side. So step your right foot back. Find your really sturdy, strong runner's lunge first. And then reach your arms back, fingertips stretching towards the back edge. Front of your head is reaching forward. Option to interlace your fingers, take the opposite thumb on top this time, and draw your shoulder blades down your back. And very slowly and gently lower the right knee down to the mat. Lift the heart. Inhale, arms come up. Strong core here. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, back up. And exhale, hands down. I'm gonna lift the back knee and take warrior, or excuse me, extended side angle, bending the left knee, warrior two legs, but keeping the left arm down. Hand can be on a block or left elbow on left thigh. And inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. Option here if you'd like to take that half bind, wrapping your right arm behind your back. Lifting through the chest here and really strong through the back leg. Strong core. Taking your time if you're in that half bind to reach the right arm back up and overhead on an angle towards the front edge. And you might be able to lift the heart and revolve it open just a little bit more. And then exhale, right hand down. Spin your back toes forward. And this time step back to plank. And then back to downward dog. Deep breath in and out. And then gently lower to your knees. Go ahead and swing your legs around, come to your seat, and bring your feet in front of you here. Let the soles of the feet come all the way together. And just take a moment to circle your torso around nice and slowly in one direction. And then pause and circle around the opposite way. Good. And then from here, take your legs out into a V. Press your hands back behind you or press your fingertips down and just lift up a little taller through your spine. And then exhale, lean forward, walk your hands forward any amount. Letting your chin drop towards your chest. And take a deep breath in. Big breath out. One more. Inhale, find a little more length in your spine. And as you exhale, let your torso release towards the mat. And now inhale, walk your hands back in, sitting up. Hands come to your thighs or your shins and drop your left shoulder in. Look to your right. Look beyond the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, drop the right shoulder in and look back and beyond the left shoulder. And one more time on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Inhale, come back to the center. Sweep your hands under your knees and pull your feet in. And go ahead and make your way slowly down to your back body. And all the way down. And just draw your knees into your chest. Rock the knees around and some circles going one way, just rolling on your low back. And then roll the other way. And then bring your feet down about hip distance width apart. Arms down by your sides, toes facing forward. As you inhale, start to peel your hips up off of the mat, squeezing your inner thighs. And then option to interlace your fingers and just walk the shoulder blades a little closer together. So lifting through the hips and squeezing the shoulders and the shoulder blades together, chest lifting. And maybe lifting the heels up for a little bit more height here. Keep squeezing the glutes. And take another deep breath in through your nose. Big breath out. And then take your time and just very slowly, gently roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Good. And then we'll hug the left knee in and send the right leg long. Pull the left knee around to the left and towards your shoulder. Good. And then reach for the outside edge of your left foot and find half happy baby. Some of you might want to stretch the left heel out to the left, keeping the right hip square. And take a nice, easy breath in, filling up your lungs. Holding for your exhale. And then gently drawing the left knee back in. Slowly release the left leg long and bend the right knee, drawing it in. Pull the knee around the rib cage. And then find your half happy baby. Reach for the outer pinky toe edge side of your right foot. You can keep your knee bent here. Keep the left side of the body anchored. Or you might stretch the right leg out to the right, finding more of a inner thigh hamstring stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then draw the right knee back in, send the right leg long. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. Take a full body stretch, point your toes. And then go ahead and bend your knees. And you can either hug your knees in and rock and roll your way up to seated, or in my case, I'm gonna roll to one side and go ahead and come all the way back up to seated. So we'll come into a comfortable seated position. Whatever that entails for you, maybe sitting on a block or a blanket, crossing up the shins or the ankles. And then we're gonna just end with some wrist stretches here. So we're gonna take the right hand, use your left hand, and point your right fingers up towards your armpit here. So my right hand, fingers facing up, palm against my rib cage. And then I'm gonna work on drawing my shoulder down and back, relaxing my left hand. Once this right hand is in place, you might have to help it there. And then just breathing into that stretch here. So maybe close down your eyes, bring your awareness inward, and take a breath in through your nose. Deep breath out. Another deep breath in and breath out. Last one. And take your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Good. And then gently release. Bring that hand down. Turn your palm to face up. Turn both hands to face up and just relax here for a moment. Just notice the sensation in your wrist or in your palm. Become still. And then let's switch sides. Left hand, we're going to bring it with the help of the right hand to the side here, the ribs. So the fingers are facing up. My hand is in place here, pressing into that left rib cage. I'm going to work on drawing my shoulders down. So this is not a stretch we get very often for our wrists, for our hands. So see if you can be with the sensation and then breathe into it, breathing into that left rib cage, left wrist. Maybe sitting up and just leaning back slightly here. We tend to want to lean forward. Take one more deep breath. And then slowly let your right ear drop to your right shoulder. And then go ahead and gently release. Turn your palms to face up on your thighs or your knees. Take a breath in and a deep breath out. And bring your palms together. And as we close this practice, may we use this winter season to help us find some stillness in our lives and help us to connect more deeply to our breath and to our bodies. And one of my teachers says that the gift of winter is learning how to see in the dark. You have a beautiful and healthy winter season. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.